Let me see. Oh, YouTube's taking a poo poo on me.
Oh no.
Give me a minute. There we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. I just want to make sure we're all excellent, that we are live on YouTube. We are. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. We missed the last podcast last week. I didn't do any reviews because it's Mayans. And I got a lot of things on my plate. But we are here now. We are going to be discussing episode 8 and episode 9, which we only have the series finale. The series finale this week. This is it. The whole shebang is done. I honestly, I could piece together what happened on episode 8. I definitely watched episode 9 last night, which is cool because I finally got Hulu, Sandra, on my phone, so I'm
Oh,
able
you
to like,
did.
yeah, so I'm able to watch it like now, the day of or whatever. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I had one comment tell me like, why do you always, why do you, if you're done with the show, why do you even watch it and this and that? I'm like, because like I've been like 5 seasons with it and I might as well finish it off. But the reason I complain, like I recently watched The Bear on Hulu, and I gotta say, I have faith in Hulu now again, because The Bear is such an excellent show, well written characters. And then I moved on from that and I watched What We Do in the Shadows. And my God, that show is amazing too. And then after that, I'm going to go to Snowfall. Don't worry. I will do Snowfall after What We Do in the Shadows now that I have it. Um, Dude, back to back, The Bear and then What We Do in the Shadows. And then I look at Mayans. I'm like, what the hell happened? What's going on? These other shows are elevating the game, and the Mayans, wow. I think it's kind of safe to say it kind of regressed this season. A lot of things. Like I said, I'm trying to piece together what happened on episode 8. I definitely know what happened on episode 9. Sandra, we're at Endgame, and
We are.
what baffles me is that the storylines, like, they just continue to waste time on the episodes where, like, on episode 9 you did not get Bishop, you didn't get no Gilly, you don't get the whole, you don't get a lot of the storylines that you need time to breathe. No Nestor, anything like
But,
that. Well,
but,
there's a but.
there's a but in here.
Okay,
Yes.
what's the but?
Well, the problem is Mayans has like 25 million storylines, and you cannot put them all in two, or if you do, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
But I have to say, episode 9 was well done because it kept it in only few storylines and they kept on it. I actually liked episode 9. I liked it because it kept around a couple of storylines and they were working towards that. So you found out a lot more between that than the other episode, which was like free for all. Oh, what happened 7 episodes ago? Oh yeah, that's what's happening. We found out a lot in that episode, which for me, I think I have to say, I think this is my best favorite episode of the whole season.
So I will say, like, I did enjoy the episode. I did enjoy the episode. The problem was that episode came way, it should have happened before.
Oh,
It should
way
have
too
been
late.
in the
Yeah,
middle of the season. It should have not have been second to the last of the whole series. That was
agreed.
a fine episode,
Yes,
especially with a lot of the emotions that are happening at the end of that episode. But you have not, that is your, like, that is your setup to end all everything. And I think that episode is just not that wasn't the episode to do it. A good
agreed.
episode, just in the wrong place.
Yes, because if you just watch that episode, you had no clue that there was chaos into the MC clubhouse because there was no clubhouse.
Yeah, it's no clubhouse scenes. I don't know how long the series finale is. People wanted to be
Well,
2 hours. I don't think it's gonna be 2 hours. I think they gave them maybe an hour and maybe
I think it's going to be
hour 15.
an hour and a half without commercial.
Yeah. Um I'm just kind of rereading a little bit of what happened in episode 8. I kind of get them all
So the
jumbled
only
together.
thing I can tell you about episode 8 is that we found out that Isaac did indeed uh do a deal with Letty for Letty to find out what's happening in exchange of hope,
That's
and
right.
that he didn't go through it, and then it's when Terry finally broke down and
Okay.
helped
Uh,
Hope
okay, I
taking
remember
what.
now. I thought that
Yeah,
was the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing was like Terry letting Hope go,
yeah.
killing all the people that he knows just for Hope. Am I missing something? Did he like know Hope in the past, or what is going on here?
I don't think it's as much for Hope than it was to do the right thing. I think in his head he knows Isaac is full-fledged crazy. He doesn't like where the club is going with Isaac,
Yeah,
and I think it's just his moral says, you know what, Hope shouldn't be here paying for like the craziness of Isaac. And I think that's what happened with Terry, that he finally realized, says, you know what, this is I cannot be behind what was going to happen to Hope, which was going back into drugs and everything.
I understand that, but he killed everybody in the club,
Okay, hold
everybody that he
on. Who is
knows.
everybody?
So I'm assuming that Terry, these are people that Terry has known for a very, very long time. He knows the bartenders, he knows who his crew that's in there. Like he killed people he has known longer than he has known Hope,
Correct,
right?
but I thought the only people that were killed was all the crow eater, the girls,
Mm-hmm.
and like there was no SOE member that got killed.
He's killed a couple. I thought he killed a couple of guys too.
Yeah, but I don't think if they were probably like just prospect. I do not believe there was anybody patched that he killed. He killed all the girls, the crew eater, and then stuff like that. But I don't think he killed any of his brothers.
I don't know because they were questioning him in episode 9.
Well, they were questioning because they let like, first of all, another thing that we have to mention that was like said in like literally 5 seconds is Packer died of cancer.
Oh yeah,
So that's why Isaac. I at the beginning I thought that Isaac was going nuts because Hope was gone. No,
that's what I
he was
thought too.
going nuts because Packer died. So I that's why I started thinking about the whole thing, and then I will assume that Mayan shooting Packer and Packer being already at the hospital plus the cancer equals, that's why let's go kill a Mayan for killing our brother.
Yeah.
So because I don't think the killing the brother has anything to do with Happy, which we still don't know what if there's gonna be a repercussion with Happy being dead.
Which we saw Quinn in episode 8, which is great.
Yes.
It was great to see. Man, he gotten old. He's gotten old. We saw Quinn, which is great. The easy Marcus, going up to him. Marcus not nowhere near episode 9. Probably going to be in of course, the finale. What is he going to do? That is my question. But that was a nice little scene with him and Marcus. Marcus, we saw burn his cut, his patches. What does that mean, Sandra? What does that mean for this character?
Well, it means that now he has no attachment to Mayans, and now he can do whatever he wants. Like, because even if you're a retired member, they're still your brothers. And I
Yeah,
guess I guess there's still a um something like along the line that you still cannot kill your brothers. But now for him, Mayans is done, is over with. And
yeah.
now he will have no regret killing Easy, which I hope it's my end game.
A lot of people are gunning for easy. They might get him, or just a lot of people. There's a lot of people that could pull that trigger for sure. Another thing that happened in episode 8 too. Of course, let's talk about Hope's death. Hope's death was reminiscent of
Don't get me
Jack's.
started about that one. Don't
Reminiscent
get
of
me started
Jack's.
with that one.
I think there was a lot of like confusion on that part from a lot of people I've seen. We're like, dude, why did Letty? I think Letty's just such an idiot this season. She's so stupid in this season. It's nuts that she would have thought that like Isaac would have kept his word. She tries to rob people with a knife. Like it's just like bizarre. Um, Hope's death, how I feel about it, it was fine. I think it doesn't kind of do the character justice because of the fact that, if I remember correctly, I mean, the whole thing with Coco and Hope, Hope is like, that's why when she was telling the story of like why her name is Hope, like, she's Hope. So she's been through so much shit, and then she just kind of ends it like that. And it's kind of weird and bizarre because she says that Isaac's going to go after him no matter what. But like Isaac's in a war right now. Like, like, yeah, he's probably trying to gonna go send some men after him, but I'm pretty sure they could escape Isaac, at least for the time being, unless and hopefully he gets killed. Wishful thinking he gets killed. So that was kind of bizarre.
Especially when Letty says, "I have a friend in Ohio called Chucky." I'm like, "Oh my God, Chucky's back!" Like I got the name drop.
Elgin James is just throwing so much Sons of Anarchy references and stuff, and we'll get to the big one in episode 9 in a little bit. I mean, okay, it's fine. There is I really do think they ruined kind of a little bit of the ending of Jax's sacrifice.
Yes, and that's why I'm like, they could have been. You know what? I would have been okay if they would have died of a car accident.
Aaron did say that he only killed crow eaters. Dan, okay, thank you, Aaron. And then he also said that the series finale should be 2 hours.
Okay,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
I knew that Terry didn't kill nobody that was his brothers. It was all crow eaters. That's what I thought too. But don't get me like Hope could have died. They could have died in a car accident, or they can just have like disappeared. Like, bye, you know what? They're safe. But let's talk about the biggest thing that happened on episode 8 is that finding out that Sons burned down the Broken Saint garage where Mayans were cooking all the drugs.
Yeah, but we knew that was going to happen because Letitia was, we knew that. We knew that wasn't too big of a surprise.
No, it was not a surprise, but like we actually saw it with bottles and what's his face, the other one going and arguing.
Yeah, shoot, Barra's son. Dude, how stupid! What was with the scene where they're in the freaking van?
Yes, and
wow,
that's what I'm called wasting time on it.
That was a dumb scene. Like they ran out of gas. Like what? That doesn't happen in real life. That was so stupid.
That is that is a waste of time on air. So instead of being an hour show, it could have been a 30-minute show.
That was ridiculous. I mean, you could have still had the same thing happen with the warehouse fire without that. That was such an unnecessary scene just for comedy, which was not even funny. I couldn't believe that. I was just like, this is so dumb. I thought you were going to say something else, honestly. I thought you were going to say
episode 9,
8 on episode 8. I thought you were going to bring up something else that happened on episode 8.
What happened? Oh, yes.
I will admit, I was completely wrong. I thought we were not going to see this guy come back. And we did see Taza come back for Creeper's funeral services. And I'm completely wrong. I was like, oh shit, I didn't think he was not going to come back. And then it kind of sounded like he might be in the finale because his talk with him and Bishop, which, see, that's things that I do like about the show. It's like little conversations like that, but I want to see it with the brothers. I want to see it with the Mayans all interacting together. So that was a nice little conversation. It did surprise me that Taza did come back. I don't know if he's going to stick around. It sounds like he is for this fight, so to speak, with the Sons, but I don't know. It was nice. It was nice that they did bring him back for the funeral, at least for Creeper. I don't think he was. Yeah, he was. That's when he left. He left after Coco's death, I believe, if
But
I recall.
the funny part is that as soon as I saw Taza, I thought of you. I'm like, oh, that was totally not what Dan was saying
No, I
about
eat my
that
words on
Taza
that
was
one.
gone.
That one I was, Dan does
But
get things wrong.
but things that I do not comprehend is that Cody, which now her name is Katie, whatever we want to call her, Cody Katie, Creeper's ex-girlfriend. I mean, she has nothing to lose. She lost her job, she lost Creeper. Why did she just bawled out that Easy's the rat at the funeral? That would have been a bigger freaking sensation, in my opinion. Why did she kept quiet?
I don't know. Because probably a lot of them wouldn't believe her, even though she would probably have proof. Uh,
Well,
she's working with
somebody,
Potter.
but that's after the fact.
Yeah.
That was episode 9. Episode 8, there would be one guy who would believe her and it would be Hank.
Does Hank really like?
Hank could be
Uh,
stupid, don't get me wrong. He could be dumber than a rock,
yeah,
but Hank knows that Creeper knew who was the rat.
that's true too.
Everybody knew that Cody Katie was Creeper's girlfriend. So why would she lie and say that Easy is the rat?
Why is she so in love with Creeper? That's what I want to know.
Why
If
not?
if it
Everybody has his person.
everybody, I felt like they were together for like maybe like 3 weeks.
No, three seconds and a half.
Yeah, like I wish that relationship would have developed a lot more. I'm still gonna say that because it
I,
would have been, but
I
she's going
think
after Easy and I guess the whole crew. Um,
now,
now
now,
with Potter on her side now, so
and she wants Easy dead.
yeah, she wants him dead, and I just don't see how Easy survives this whole series. Like he has to pay for his crimes, right? I mean, he has to die. I don't see how he's
Well,
gonna live.
there's too many people who want him dead. Marcus wants him dead. Potter wants him dead. Cody Katie wants him dead. The girls at the Saint Ranch wants him dead. Like everybody wants him dead.
And then what else happened in the episode? I can't remember. Broken Saints. Yeah, the Broken Saints have been, man. That was I think the one out of both the episodes, I was kind of surprised. A really bad acting job for the leader of Broken Saints. I was like, what? Wow, she's just not really delivering very well on the scene. Don't get me wrong, I kind of like the scene, but the acting wasn't there. Um, so but they did. I it was kind of funny though. I kind of laughed a little bit when they tell Easy to leave, and then the leader of the Broken Saints was like, "Oh, I'll take whatever punishment, just let him go." Like,
Poof.
why would you let him go though? Like, what was the point of letting him go? Did you have that like little feelings for him or something?
Well, it has to be that because or else if they were so badass, they would have put a freaking bullet in his forehead.
Yeah, he should have died right on the spot, but of course he can't die until the series finale. And then then they like punched the shit out of the Broken Saints leader, and then it kind of goes to commercial, which I thought was kind of funny. Like that was like the wrong time to go to commercial. Let me
Agree.
see. So we have Happy who is dead. We have and I think and then Marcus does find out that Happy is dead from Quinn, which was a nice little touch. Like he kind of like was shocked on there. It was really kind of Hope's episode a little bit.
Which, by the way, the guy that was with Quinn, that's Sean McNabb, who was in Sun series also, but he always been a quiet
Background.
cast member.
Yeah.
Because he did post because I actually met him in person once.
Uh huh.
Because he played bass for the Steven Adler the trib band.
Okay.
Um, and I met him, and that's why when I saw he actually posted videos of behind the scene of that episode because I didn't realize either it was him until I'm like, oh shit, then put one and one together. So that was nice, but there's a lot of SOA talk and drops and everything. So I don't know what's gonna mean for the season finale. But if they don't, if we don't see a Revenge of Happy, I don't know. This show is completely, totally will miss the mark.
Now I'm gonna say like the so on the table we probably might get Chips and Tig. I thought Taza wasn't gonna come back, so we might get Chips and Tig. So that's a real possibility now.
Somebody, of course, let's be honest. Let's not all believe what the internet says and post because a lot of people post bullshit on the internet.
Yeah.
Somebody did go into the uh, Sons, Mayans, IBDM, or Wikipedia, or whatever,
Uh huh.
and the names of Kim Coates and Tommy Flanagan are listed as guest appearances
For the
for
finale,
season 5.
that could happen.
But again, if you go that route, the name of Wendy Drea D'Amato was not in that Wikipedia. So that's what I'm saying. Let's not all believe what the internet says.
Yes, and we'll get to Wendy right now. But I do want to touch upon a little bit more on episode 8, and then we'll move on to episode 9. So the one big thing too is the alliance with the angry bastards or the angry bastards. What the hell? What the hell is the name again?
No, well, no, Grim Bastard.
Grim Bastards. I said angry bastards. My bad. The Grim Bastards are now aligning themselves with Easy because they put the bodies of the two people are Diaz
Yeah.
and his crew member on the doorstep of. So I thought it was the Sun's compound or whatever, but no, it was the Grim Bastards compound.
Me too. I thought it was theirs.
So they're like, oh, they're trying to intimidate us. We ain't gonna allow that. So we're gonna unite with you.
And the reason why they're think that is because probably the cameras they cut the fact that Ibanez's son
they had a son's
was
yeah
they had the son's cut. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, how did they have extra cuts?
They must have went on missions before. Who knows?
Or maybe they went on Etsy and bought some like I did to make my own fake one.
There you go. Probably the Mayans are very creative. So
on that aspect, yes.
So you have that alliance. It still really, really doesn't feel like a war. I have not seen like a whole. I was thinking back, and I was talking to my mother, who I watch actually Mayans with, and my mom is a big Sons of Anarchy fan. She actually does like the Mayans. She likes the Mayans. But we were talking. I'm like, I was tripping out. I'm like, dude, like in Sons of Anarchy, you would have these like, these meetings with all the charters of the Sons. But in this case, like in Mayans, you don't really have a lot of you don't see the real power of the Mayans that they're supposed to be, going over the top. And you just don't see it. You're supposed to see it on both sides. When you watch movies, you watch TV shows, when there's a big battle upon each other, you see both sides of especially if you're kind of more of kind of the villainous side too. You see how they're preparing for the war. You see how many men they have, this and that. But I have not gotten that really in Mayans at all. And this war doesn't seem like a war, but yet just a little fight, honestly. So we're going to go to the series finale. We'll probably see it there. I know the budget and all that stuff, but come on, I'm not. This has been the most let down war I've ever seen, for sure. So we'll see the Grim Bastards with Mayans now. Let's move on to that big one, the big cameo. If it wasn't the episode before the finale, I would love that cameo. I love seeing Wendy and what's her name? Drea
D'Amato.
Drea looks fantastic. She looks just like she did in Sons of Anarchy. I thought I love to see her. I don't know how much I like the actual dialogue and conversation she had with Easy. A lot of people pointed out, like she said that Easy reminded of Jax a little bit. I
That's what she
guess
said. That's
that
what
yeah,
she said.
exactly. Exactly. Um, I don't know. I mean, she barely kind of met the guy, so it's kind of weird. Even though I mean, they did have that long ride, to the shop, so
Gas
maybe
station.
yeah. So we didn't see that long ride like that, but it's nice to hear the drop of her kids, her boys who are riding dirt bikes. A lot of people are speculating that there might be, the one thing that Charlie Hunter was speaking, this project that he's talking about, Abel and Thomas spinoff that might happen. I don't know. We find out that Wendy relapsed a little bit, went to rehab, was coming back from rehab. Easy uh, dodges a coyote, really gets hurt, bleeds a little bit. The coyote, I'm assuming, represents Jax because we see this coyote. We've seen a coyote like in the very beginning of I think episode one of this whole thing starting. So I think it's representing Jax, and then of course you see Wendy right after that. It was good to see Wendy. It was nice to see Wendy. Wendy, like you guys all know, I love Wendy as a character in Sons. Just because her big arc that she had, she was such a junkie and hell pregnant, and then still using drugs, and then she got herself cleaned up and she got those boys out of there, her and Nero. And this is exactly what Jackson Tara wanted. They wanted them out of it. So Wendy was the one to do it, and Nero. And I'm assuming that Nero is still helping out. Maybe when she went to rehab, like I could just had that whole thing in my head with that whole conversation with her and Nero and a little bit of drama that's going on, and Nero telling her to go to rehab, and then I'll watch the kids. Like I could just see that scene in my head. Um, so it's honestly a nostalgia dump. It's a paycheck for her Drea. It's a nice cameo. It's a nice little cameo for all us fans. Does it do anything for the episode? The only thing it did, it kind of like set Easy to what's important, more important in life. And this episode kind of represented that. With, of course, we're gonna get to Angel, Felipe, and Maverick, and the whole family aspect, and what's what you need to what is most important. So Easy, after having this conversation with Wendy, going to Sophia, and then really confessing to Sophia how much he loves her, and they bang. A lot of theories are going out that Sophia might get pregnant, this and that. So
I actually think she is already pregnant,
I
and the
think she
reason
is
why
because
I'm
they
saying that because of Sally whimpering on
yes,
episode 8. I think the dog sensed it, and that's why she was whimpering at Sophia. And Sophia
uh
says,
huh.
what's wrong?" I think the dog sensed that she is already pregnant.
That, and then you also have a shot of her zipping up her pants. So I think she's pregnant too, and I think that's kind of like because Easy's gonna die. Easy's gonna die, so he's gonna have like a little lineage afterwards. Um, so, but yeah, so Easy and Wendy, they meet. They have a little conversation, and I found it okay. Like I said, I think I would have. I found I liked it. I just wish it was early on in the season. What do you think about that, Sandra?
I I actually, and again, I think it's too late in the game
Yes,
to have that.
for easy too late in the
Yes,
game to see what's the most important in front of them. That's that's what I was gonna say. It's too late, too little, too late.
there's no time for redemption in
No,
one season, in one episode left.
no.
I liked it, mind you, and that's, we're talking reality. That timing is really bad because we're not gonna see anything being written in probably 2 years with the strike of that's going on right now. So that is what it would have been nice. That would be like the connection, but yeah, let's not even go that route. But I did like the fact that for us Sons lovers, it was nice to see what happened with, because we've been asking ourselves that for a long time. What happened to Wendy and the kids and everything?
And if you think
So
Wendy is a big character to bring back. That's probably a bigger character than Tommy, and then Chibs and Tig, because she's the one with the king's children. She's the one with Jax's kids. We want to know about them kids and how they're doing. You're right. Go up,
yeah,
continue, Sandra. Sorry.
and that's why I'm like, you know what, that was nice. Um, but like, I think it was more for us to have like that little feel good, because they know that all Sons of Anarchy comments is like this season and this show has totally like crashed what the legacy of Sons had. So that was a little nice. And funny you mentioned Wendy and Sons. I got my friend at the gym to start watching Sons. I gave her all my DVDs. I'm like, here you go. Watch this show and let me know how you like it. And in 1 week, she's already in season 3. She cannot stop watching it, and
Sons
that
is Sons was in a another golden age of TV. Like Sons was the show to watch. It was like I usually come late in the game with these series, but Sons was up there with Breaking Bad. Narcos was happening a little bit after Sons, so that was great. Like this was great, true crime drama uh television, man. And like you had The Wire that was in the past too. You had The Sopranos. You'll get some gems every so many years, and Sons hit in such the right spot. You had The Shield, of course. Like you've had all these great shows, and Hulu still to this day can create amazing shows. I just talked about The Bear, and I just talked about What We Do in the Shadows, and you said Snowfall is amazing. Snowfall, Fargo, and you would think Mayans would be up there, but I think the problem, and I hate to say it because I was rooting for this guy, but Elgin James just really shat his pants, man. He really did not do a good job running this show at all. I'm just so every time I watch an episode, I'm just like, what are you doing, Elgin? Like you're the one that's hiring the writers, you're the one that's directing. You let JD Pardo write some of this. Is he really a writer? Is JD really a writer for? Because I'm not seeing any golden great shit. Like there's little things here and there I could pick out. So you really have to rely on a lot of these cameos for this season.
that's what they've been doing since they had the first cameo. That's what they banged to have people coming back to watch it because of those cameos. But what I wanted to bring up is
Mhm.
like, even though Sons was in 2007, which was now like 15 years ago, 16 years ago, it's still a good show to watch now. It still
Yes,
captivates people now. Like there's a lot of
obviously we
shows
could
that,
all rewatch it. Yeah,
yes,
we could
and
all
that's what we're
rewatch it.
probably gonna that's what we're gonna be probably doing in the next 2 years.
I think after Mayans, I think people would want to go. I think after the series finale, they want to go rewatch just because,
Yeah.
like, and what the sad thing is, they had probably as little to as much as budget as Mayans had, and yet you got to give the man credit. Kurt Sutter was able to pull it all together, and I'm sure there was a lot of things happening behind the scenes, but he pulled it all together. Some people say it shouldn't have been 7 seasons; it was a little bit too long, but I thought 7 seasons was great, and I really did like the finale of Sons of Anarchy. I think it was really good. It was definitely a Shakespearean kind of show, but the problem, like, I think Mayans was trying to do that, but man, has like at least Sons had more action, more better interaction, more brotherhood, and I don't feel that from Mayans. So yeah, we got Elgin finishing it off this series. It is just sad because it has so much potential. I think even the people who love Mayans could even see some of the problems that happened this season, because I think a lot of people are saying that this is probably the worst season so far of Mayans, and I can't argue that. Like I can go back on maybe like last season, but this has been really, really a letdown for me. So for me, it's already been a letdown. We'll see how the series finale is. Obviously, you guys know that. Um,
So let's talk about one of the positive
mhm.
with people that we couldn't care less if they were in the show or not is the whole Emily finding out during a conversation with Louise that Louise is the one that killed
Kill the
her
sister.
sister.
Yeah. I there might be a thing where she actually gets rid of her and or him and Miguel.
I
She's
think,
doing
yeah.
something with the cameras. Um,
Yeah.
it was so boring though.
It was okay. I understand, like we all think the same way, but you need to be able to say there was some good things into something that was bad. And I think for once, I can say that interaction was actually makes sense to see what's going to be in the future.
Mm-hmm.
The same way as the whole freaking Potter thing that just exploded with
Yeah,
the DEA, like the general, blah, 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 the conversation she had with Miguel. And then after going to the market, I love that whole market scene with Potter and her. That was good.
uh, wait, well, Marcus team of Potter.
With yeah, when the DEA she started talking to the wife and they were talking about the vegetables and everything, fine, because she knew that was Potter's wife.
I thought you said Marcus.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, but yeah,
sorry,
that scene. Yeah, that scene was actually pretty good. That's
it was good.
I was like, oh my god, she's at farmers market talking to chick. Please have something. That was good because it was the wife of Potter. Potter
Yeah,
was pissed, which was
you
good. So
think
so that was good. That was a good scene.
that was a
Um,
good scene?
Kathleen
That's what I'm saying.
Kennedy did
Like
a good job.
that's what I'm saying. Like there is some scenes in that episode that were really well done. Too late for the game, but we have to bring that up.
I got to bring this up again. The Bear has 2 seasons, and there is not a wasted scene in The Bear. Oh my god! I'm sorry. I'm just like Hulu.
Snowfall had six perfect, excellent seasons.
They could do it. Hulu. You can get writers. Like it's crazy. It's just insane how like different shows, and then yeah, with Mayans we have to cherry pick good scenes. That's the problem. Is I don't want to cherry pick. I want to talk about
I
like half the episode being
agree.
good. But that
Yes,
was a good scene. That was a
that
good
was a really
scene.
good scene. Yes,
The Potter and Cody scene was fine. It's another setup to maybe the downfall of Easy. Like I said, if it wasn't this episode, the scene with Wendy and Easy was fine. I liked it. I think um, you see what I'm saying? Like you have all these storylines, but like there isn't like the Emily scene was fine. It was a setup. This series finale better be like a 2 hour thing for
but
sure.
that's what I'm saying. Like that episode 9 had just a combine of maybe 5 storylines, but that's what we were like. We were concentrated on those 5. That's why the episode works so well. That show has 20 million storyline. You cannot put all that because then you literally have like 2 seconds on each.
Vegan said Snowfall has the worst season finale I've ever seen. Season two,
Everybody
I
has their
think.
own opinion. People, there's some people that love Mayans, some people hate Mayans. I actually love Snowfall.
I think she said season 2 had the worst finale. Um, but here's the thing, Sandra, is you have they dug themselves into a hole. Just now, I know it's a condensed storyline. That condensed storyline still should have happened prior. You
I
don't
agree
have
with you.
enough time, but the easy and let's okay to be for real. I like the easy and Wendy thing, but boy was that unnecessary.
Well, no, we all agree with that. That's
Yeah,
that like I mean, people have been saying that we've been doing a streaming of just putting down a negativity. Well, we have no choice when that's what the show gives you,
yeah.
but like we also bring up like the good things. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was telling you. I don't know if I like her hate episode 8, but I did really like episode 9.
Oh, but there is something I did really like though. All right, let's get into that. So episode 9 had a shootout with Isaac and Felipe. I don't understand why Isaac is looking for Angel specifically. I don't really understand that. But I thought the first of all, wasted potential. I will say negative, wasted potential for Isaac. He could have been a great villain. He just doesn't have enough screen time this season to really be a memorable villain. He brings Terry, his crew. They go looking for Angel. They find Felipe. Felipe defends the household, basically defends Maverick, keeps him safe. Almost did an excellent job. What a way to go. Even though Felipe was just the grandpa role this season, this actually did bring some emotions out of me, which that's exactly what you want to do in a show. You if you're not emotionally invested in a scene or a show or a character, you did a horrible job. But with Felipe, it brought emotion out of me. I was absolutely loved the grandpa role he played this season, and it all came to a great fitting end. If he is dead, which we'll get to in a moment, but I'm gonna just assume he's dead. I love that he had Maverick in his arms. Maverick, the child, man, that child actor is A plus plus. He's doing he's doing a great job. That child, not knowing what he's doing a fantastic job. So, and then I will give credit to Elton James for doing a fantastic job having directing scenes with the kid actor because it's really really hard with kid actors and able to have him do what he wants him to do. So that's a good credit for Elgin. He did a good job right there. That scene was really really good as well. Directing wise, it's not bad. The episode's not directed bad at all. So with almost though with Felipe's character and with Angel being Angel snacking on some shit, getting to the house, seeing the cops. Angel, the actor, did a fantastic job as well. Everybody did a fantastic job for this one pivotal scene at the end of the series. It was a great that is probably one of the best overall scenes, best overall kind of story close that I've seen in Mayans. If it is closed, that the door is shut, which I'm going to ask you to, if you think he's dead or alive. A lot of people think he's still alive because Terry did get shot. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. I think I don't know if anybody else got hit and because Felipe was blasting. I think he did. I think Felipe killed somebody else too. With the handgun, he had a shotty, then he had a hand. Um, Isaac, I thought Isaac was fine. A little bit too much jokerism, like that's rude, or like I've seen that before. I would have liked the actor maybe use different dialogue or whatever. But overall, I will give a positive, Sandra. This at least the episode climax was really, really, really good. I do hope that Felipe is dead just to make that so the scene could be absolutely powerful and remain powerful. That's a good way to end that character. So, what did you think about that scene?
I love it. I love the whole emotion between Felipe and Angel, saying that you need to make sure that your son is not raised like I raised you and not being like us. That scene was very powerful. Um, I like the whole thing. So for me, there's a lot of question coming out of that scene. Is that when Felipe was with Maverick in the room and he shot somebody behind the door, who was the one that got killed behind the door? So that's why I'm thinking, was it Isaac that was in the body bag or was it Felipe that was in the body bag?
Nah, Isaac's got to be in the finale.
Okay, so but there was only three of them that went in the house.
That'd be nuts if they killed off Isaac already.
Well, but the thing is, think of. I mean, I understand because then there's no more war. But think of it. There was three of them. There was Isaac, Terry, and the third one that I don't know his name. The
Was it
third
three?
one got, huh?
Well, I mean, when he shot the door, I thought maybe like he didn't kill anybody. That they either left, they're like, "Screw it, let's go," or maybe they got hurt. Because we don't know if they're dead or not. Really, we didn't
Well,
hear a thud.
we know the one son that has no name that we don't know who it is. He's dead because he was the first one that Felipe killed. So then you have only Terry and Isaac left.
But Terry got shot in the head
Okay, so then there's only one of them.
or the neck, I should say. I don't know. The CGI is kind of bad on that one.
So there's only one of left, that Isaac. So it's Isaac against Felipe.
I thought there might have been four. I can't remember though, honestly.
I get well. We don't know because that's the reason why it's a body bag because they covered the person. So Angel believes it's his dad. Is it? Is it not? We'll find out in the last episode ever of Mayans next week. But no, I did like it. It makes sense. But also the question is, why did Isaac went after Angel instead of going after Easy?
Yeah, that was so weird. I don't get that. I don't understand that at all. And then you know what? And not in the back of my head, I always thought like,
Oh, hold on a second.
yeah,
We got something. Sorry to burst your bubble, but Terry is alive in the preview for the episode 10.
did he get shot in the neck though? Like in the back of the neck, not the front. He got shot in the back. I thought.
I don't know. I see here in Canada we don't get the previews of the next
Oh,
episode.
really?
So yeah, we don't. In Canada we don't. It cuts and
Oh,
that's it. And I make a thing that I do not watch the previews. I don't
okay.
want to see the
Yeah,
previews.
I don't
So for
watch the
me, I
previews
did not
either.
know.
I after the episode's done, I'm done, and then I go. But I don't watch the previews. I don't look on YouTube or anything like that. Dude, Terry is like a lucky son of a bitch though. Like I remember he got shot with the worst CGI I've ever seen. Remember in the elevator, really bad. Like he should have been dead, and now like, yeah, interesting.
He shot himself on the shoulder
Yep.
when Hope
Uh,
and well maybe he has 9 lives.
Probably. I wanted to also put out that so with the drugs being gone, that was the whole thing that Easy went over there to the Broken Saints and stuff. So what about the guy he's supposed to supply? You know, the mercenary
Well,
guy.
that's why. And see, that's one of the things that I on the whole bad writing, there is a good part of the writing. And on that scene with the broken saint when he goes crazy about the drugs and the leader says, "What the hell? What the hell? Why you worry about the drugs? We have sisters who died here." And he says, "Well, because of that, there's going to be way more people who are going to die because, of course, the people who's buying the drugs out of him, they're going to go after him. Now there's no more drugs." So that makes sense. And that shows you where Easy's mind is. He doesn't give a shit about people anymore. He only
No.
cares about the business of the drugs. So that shows you where Easy's head and mind is, that he doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck about people.
Yeah.
That I have to say that was a good in the bad, basically.
Still should have been like a couple episodes before. Like because you don't see this mercenary guy at all. You only see like that's what we talked about earlier on when we started the season. You know, something characters for 3 episodes. So this mercenary thing, after so many episodes, like I get it. You're easy. The whole thing, like yeah, you establish that this happened here. You gotta wasting. The problem is you're wasting potential. You're wasting great. Wasting scenes. You're not. There's too much meat on this. Like I said, we're ending on a good note, and like Felipe that was a good scene. So a lot of people think that he's not dead. Do you think he's dead?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if he's not dead, he's not really strong because he already was a failed man.
Connection.
Like he was like really like bad because he is old and he's sick. But to be shot. If they don't find him soon enough, he will die on the floor with Maverick.
Well, they did. I mean, they were already there, so the cops were already there and stuff. So they would have found him already. Maybe he was
Yeah,
already transported to the
maybe
hospital before.
exactly. That's exactly it.
We're gonna take some questions. If you guys have any questions, I'm gonna read some comments too because I did say we were gonna read some comments on this one,
Yes.
and then I think we kind of covered everything in the next last two
There's
episodes.
only
Honestly,
one thing. Again, I want to
what's that?
repeat myself. If they don't bring the Revenge of Happy, I'm gonna be more upset than I am right now. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, the Revenge of Happy is killing easy.
Well, then it's somebody from Charming's gonna do it.
I hope. I hope. I hope at least Charming, does something. I mean, there'll probably be peace. Why do I feel like there's going to be a piece of Mayans and Sons once again at the end of the
No,
series?
no.
I feel like I think with Isaac getting taken out, like how crazy would that be though? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it
Anyways,
goes.
let's go with the questions
If you guys have any
or
questions, let me
comments.
know. I mean, Fog Entertainment over there. The show as well, truly down the drain. I think a lot of people can agree that it is just not that great this season, and this show had so much potential, like we always say, but really went down. Really went down pretty bad.
Fast.
Hello. This final season is completely trash. No other way to say it. Richard said that he's not feeling the season at all. Juice died. Jax killed Unser and Gemma etc. in SOA 712. Now that's the second to the last episode. So second to the last episode. So he's saying that Juice died, Unser and all that. That was great. Like that was like done really well. I think the most memorable thing is like Juice saying like, you remember, let me finish my pudding at least, and
My
then
pie. My
yeah,
pie.
and then oh yeah, that's right. And then
The pie.
I was saying pudding. Gemma, of course, back turn to Jax. So that was a great way to end it. And then you had, of course, the finale. Sons is just epic, man. Sons is just such an epic show. Eli, the show just trash happy finally ending. Yeah, I'm glad it's ending. I don't know if there's going to be a spin-off or whatever. Like Sandra said, there's a writer strike and an actor strike going on. So even if there were something to happen, even though it's happening, the strike, I don't think they would have it happen so soon, the spin-off. I think they would give us some times for Mayans to like, kind of like Star Wars. Star Wars happened and they give it like 4 years or whatever, and then they bring it back. So I think they would give it time for something to come up, especially that Abel and Thomas is not of age if they're trying to do a spinoff with those guys. Like Aaron said, the show is scheduled for 2 hours, which is good. We need it. And wasn't Tig and Richard said, wasn't Tig and Chids credited with appearing in the last episode? Didn't see them in episode 9. Sandra said, we don't know that. They didn't say if Wendy, the actress of Wendy, was coming this episode. That was kind of all of a shocker.
Well, hold on a sec. And let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, when you have credits of a show,
yeah,
at the end, it's usually the people who are on that episode, no?
Yes.
So if you look at the credits of Mayans at the end of the show, they list every single person, even though they're not in the show.
Well, they do Kurt Sutter because he is the creator.
No. Why did they show the name of Marcus Alvarez?
Like
they put Emilio Rivera in the credits.
Because I think because of the flashback of the recap. I'm sorry, the recap. They do a recap
because of the recap.
I think so. I think that it might be like maybe it's in their contract or whatever. Even if you're doing a recap, you're still showing the actor's face and presence. So I'm assuming that's why. Because if Marcus's name was on there, you remember he was on the recap.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. Richard said Goggles should have took the keys out and filled up the tank, but for reasons he didn't. just a stupid scene. Like that was such a dumb scene. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Dan, you have the man Jax Teller here to represent the real Redwood original. This is hero, my role model, Jax Teller. It's been a while since I've seen you, man. Welcome back. Welcome in. Mayans war with SOA is like Game of Thrones with the White Walkers, which is not a good thing. That was absolute. I will. Let's not get into Game of Thrones. I'm just gonna go ramble. How will Easy die needs to like a lot. How will Easy die? How will Easy die? You're hoping for Marcus.
I am hoping that Marcus is the one putting the bullet into Easy.
I hope either Marcus or we have the original Redwood. That'd be nice. Easy's gonna live. Joe thinks Easy is going to live. There is
I know.
that slight possibility that he might. He might. He might go to, but he's gonna go to jail somehow, some way. If he
Why?
does, I don't know. Because Potter. I don't know. Does Potter live though? Does Potter survive this? Like, why would he be in a battlefield?
I think Potter lives. I think he doesn't die. I
It
think he
doesn't seem
lives.
like he's gonna die. It seems like nobody wants to like gun for him, you know?
Well, Miguel is on his side.
Yeah, and then that late. Well, that was the other thing in the episode too. Miguel did strike a deal with Kathleen Kennedy for full immunity. Do you think Emily is gonna kill? Like, has a plan to get rid of Miguel, or do you think she's like fully on board with Miguel now, running away? Done, right?
She's gonna kill Luis and Miguel
And Miguel.
and leave with Cristobal.
I mean, the look on her face when she was just staring at Miguel, that's not a happy wife right there at all. Wendy is an outlaw, one of those great stories told of redemption. Wendy is a great character. I like Tara too. You know, I know a lot of people don't like Tara, but I like Tara and Wendy. So I actually really did like that. You know, Tara died, and then Jax, the last person he slept with was Wendy. But it wasn't just sleeping with her; it was like a real love there. That was a great scene that with that Sons of Anarchy. I do like Wendy's a great character, great redemption. Little bit kind of like, oh, that kind of sucks. She kind of relapsed, but you know that's life. People do that. People will relapse even though so many years, and they just get back on it. You know. Sophia is pregnant. We agree. I think Sophia is pregnant. I feel like they buried Jax with that dialogue. Which dialogue is that, Aaron?
Probably the one between Wendy and Easy.
What part? What particular part?
Let him answer.
Let me know, Aaron. Let me know what particular part you thought buried Jax. Ray's like Phoenix, Jax Teller, blah blah blah. Elgin James loves taking shots at Jax Teller and Sam Crow. I would say no, but there is this one line. I think it was season 3. Was it season 3 or 4 where like Gilly's like, who the fuck cares? When Jax was brought up, I want to say necessarily he's taking shots.
What wasn't it? Wasn't it Bishop? It was either Bishop of Easy that faced. That was Marcus bringing up the truth of Mayans and Sons, and he brought up Jack.
Yeah.
And I think it's Bishop. Maybe it's Bishop that says, "Who the fuck cares about Jack?"
No, that was. Oh, yeah, maybe actually. But I just remember Gilly's like, no, I thought it was Gilly that said it. I don't know. I can't remember.
Anyways,
it was something like that. Let's see. This season is a big letdown. I agree. Whole show's a big letdown. What could have been after season 2? Potter almost never loses control, and he does.
he did.
You did.
But then that the reason why he lost is when because it's now going after his family. The fact that they went after his wife, that's what just triggered Potter.
Now he knows how everybody feels because he does the same shit. That actor should never say motherfucker anymore, though. It's so funny when he says it. That motherfucker. Like, come on. Don't give him that curse word. It's not working for him.
Hmm.
If that dead son was someone who mattered, could have Sons versus Mayans war a lot sooner. Well, I mean, Montez was a big deal to me, and that shit didn't happen. That was just like that was it. Like, what was the point of killing Montez?
He was in the container for a full year before somebody realized he was dead.
Yeah, man, what a waste, dude. Montez, my boy Montez. Montez has so much potential. We agree. Diego says, "I'm sorry, but what was the point of Hope dying?"
Agreed 100%.
I don't know. I mean, I was like, whatever. Honestly, I don't like Hope enough to like really care if she did or not.
But Dan, you're the one that loves to see a lot of killings and people dying. So here you go. One more into your list.
Oh yeah, I do love the fact that everybody's getting killed off, and I hope there's more murder next episode. That's why I'm like, Felipe needs to die. He needs to die. Even with Happy's death, I was, I guess, fine with it. I don't know, just because I know the actor really wanted that paycheck. What was the point of Hope dying? The first place, waste of TV time when could develop minds cast more. And that's what I'm saying is like you could have had more development on a lot of the storylines with instead of having the nice cameo with Wendy, but it was nice. So let's see. That poor kid's gonna be scared. Talk about Maverick. Thomas and Maverick spin-off, Sons of Trauma.
I like that one.
That's a good one. That's not Felipe. Joe thinks that's not Felipe. So yes, we discussed that Terry is still alive, apparently. I'm glad Justified is coming back. I haven't seen Justified. I heard good things about it. Yeah, it's kind of they're bringing back some they're bringing them back. Justified. That was another golden, like I guess that was like during the time too. Like a lot of people are all into Justified as well. And Walter Goggins is in there, and Walter Goggins is fantastic. There were 4 or 5 guys in the house. That's what I thought. I thought there was like
So
really
yeah,
weird.
okay. So you guys, yeah, maybe all the guys are dead except Isaac.
Yes, I think he's gonna the Tommy from Goodfellas treatment. Oh, where the you know what? That's a possibility. That's a possibility because when the crew finds out he's a rat, they might shoot him in the back of the head. Bishop might do it. Hell, Bishop might do it. Gilly might do it. Hank might do it. So when they find out he's the rat, because they'll probably find out because we're not gonna have this storyline.
Actually, you know what? I think Gilly's gonna give his cut, and because he's gonna go fight for it to get his son back. So I think Gilly's leaving the MC.
I told you, Sandra, there ain't no happy endings for all these guys. They had their happy endings. It all went kaput. He literally told CM Punk to go to rehab and go take care of my son. Done. Gilly's a dead man. Bishop's a dead man because he fucked it up with the grandma. And who else is there? Oh, Hank. I don't know about Hank. He's probably a dead man. He's the casualty of war, I guess. Thanks for streaming, guys. You're welcome, John. Diego, if Taza doesn't die, I'm flipping a table. If Taza even comes back, if Taza even is like in the next episode, I don't know. It sounds like he's got the crew. He does need to die. This all started with him, but who knows? Love their cops in this town for first 3 seasons. There's like I know you got a little small hint of cops in this. We saw the cops a lot in Sons, huh?
Cops were there. Well, cops were
Yeah,
in their pockets, but I guess Mayans
they were
didn't think about
present though. They were absolutely
Well, yeah,
present.
they were. Well, yeah, there was a lot of casualty also with the cops.
I mean, you have what Hale? Is it Hale? You had Hale, Unser. You had who's a black dude?
The one that
Took over.
traumatized Jews.
Yeah, you had all these. Yeah, man, the cops were such a big part, and you would think they'd be a big part with Mayans. But they said San Bernardino's a piece of shit, so nobody wants to be there, apparently. I agree with the storylines happening sooner. All the personal side stories with Gilly and his sons, Hank, his mom, the retirement home had happened back in season 3. Then that would have added weight at the end. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
okay to bring these in, but you need to do it sooner. You need like I said, the creeper in a relationship with Katie, Cody, whatever her name is. That should have been simmered. That should have been simmered, marinated, and really kind of start cooking. So when Creeper did die, more impact. Her taking down Easy would have had more impact, but that's not the case, and that's terrible show running. I'm sorry, Elgin. It's terrible show running. It's because of the recap at the beginning. That's what I thought. So it's because of the recap.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Why is Taza back in episode 8? Because Creeper's funeral, and they wanted to bring him in, and I'm sure the actor needed a paycheck, so I don't see Taz. A lot of these guys, I have not seen them in a lot of stuff. I'm sure they have smaller kind of projects and stuff, but these guys are not megastars. So if they can take a paycheck, they will take a paycheck. I don't see Easy living after this. Richard Winter said that's true. Yes, I agree. We haven't seen Tio because he was on the Mafia show on Paramount. Okay. I'm sure Tio would have some time though to like make an appearance. But he's not with the Grim Bastards. He's with Sons.
Son,
He's one of the rich, or not the rituals. He's one of the crew. He got
Central.
patched in at the end of the series finale, which is great, fantastic, because the whole deal was like the racism thing, and Juice was that's why Juice
Maybe,
is.
maybe will show up in the season finale.
Maybe he takes out Easy. Who knows? Taza never faced the mayhem he
Maybe.
created. Hopefully, catches up to Easy. Potter gonna use Creeper girlfriend to get rid of that attorney general lady, and she killed in the process. And Potter gets off. That's what I think. I mean, she has to die. Kathleen Kennedy is gonna die somehow. She's definitely gonna get it because Potter was pissed. Potter
Well,
was like, mm.
all the DAs are always dead. That's like a DA thing with Sons.
Richard says, I don't think she relapsed. She is working on a counsel for drug. Okay,
That's
yeah,
what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. When you said that she relapsed, I'm like, maybe I missed that part, but I think she didn't because she said she was sober for 10 years, but
yeah.
she is working as a counselor.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's good. I think I was wrong on that. I thought I was, but I saw a comment too that said that she did, so I kind of roll with that too. But that makes more sense, especially like she's talking about her kids, like she's been watching them. So okay, but that would be a nice scene though with her and Nero. Yeah, she didn't relapse. I thought she's just making sure she doesn't. Okay, all right, so she did not relapse. Electro. No, it was Montes that brought it up, and it was Foley. I think he's discussing with somebody. Oh, Montez brought it up, and then Gilly said I think the Jax thing.
Oh, maybe the Jackson. You know what? It's so
Because
fuzzy
I
in
think
my
it was
head.
Montez and Happy, remember, that visited them? Yeah, it was Montez and Happy that visited them. And
Oh,
they're like, why are
maybe.
you on my turf,
But there
bro?
was also a conversation in a church that Marcus brought up Jax. So maybe
I
there
don't
is two
yeah,
parts.
I think but Bishop does have respect for Jax because Bishop knows who Jax is because he talked to
Maybe
Chips,
it's
remember?
easy. Maybe
Yeah.
it's easy that didn't.
I think after the dust settles, most of the Minds Club will be dead or in jail. Easy will get life in prison, and Sam Crow will shut down Sam
Sandino.
Dino.
Yeah, I like that.
Bishop is a sleeper character. He's gonna explode in the finale. I like Bishop, so hopefully he gets a good send off. They're setting his
Mhm.
uh they're setting us up for Jax's boy show. FX has been releasing lots of clips from SOA recently. They're setting us up. We don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if they want to take a chance because of the numbers of Mayans. Their numbers are not very good. Um, but who knows? I mean, they did bring back Justified. They brought Brock, the lead actor Timothy. So no, I said it. It'd be nice to get an Abel and Thomas spinoff. I would like that. I would like them to do a first nine, honestly, to see how the fan base reacts to that and see where the numbers are. If I was working for Disney and Hulu, I'd be like, let's do first nine. Let's do a 6-part, 4-part miniseries, and then let's see how where our audience is. Let's see where the numbers is. And then because we don't really know because this was a Mayan show and the numbers are for this is the Mayans, but seeing Sons of Anarchy and we know the fan base of Sons of Anarchy. If we do first nine, everybody knows what first nine is. Sons. Let's see the numbers on that. And if it doesn't work, then we should not do Abel and Thomas. That's how business wise I would probably say do that. But if you're just gonna go straight to Abel and Thomas, that could work too. I mean, a lot of people would be excited for a sequel series, so to speak, of Sons. But technically, Mayans is a sequel series, technically, because we got a lot of information of what happened after the finale of Sons, and the events that are going to happen in the series finale. It's canon. It's like that's what's going to happen. That's what happened throughout. That's going to happen if you do make it Abel and Thomas. Something happened around this time. There was a Sons and Mayans war.
You're hyping it. You're hyping it up.
I wish. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I don't know what. And then, like I said, we were discussing that Disney's losing a lot of money. They've been losing a lot of money in their box office front. I don't know how they're and their Disney Plus Secret Invasion low numbers. Disney has not been getting wins at all. So, and you got to remember Disney and Hulu, they have merged. So this is technically a Disney property now. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. What is this? Then after the paperwork is finalized, it will be revealed to the audience that we are back in the time period of season 1, episode 2, and everything we watched for the past several years was just a simulation. Easy android brain. You did have that power, remember? She looks like a woman on mission when she left the funeral. That was Cody. A lot of people think that Wendy's gonna. What was the whole deal? Like, is there going to be a setup for either the spinoff or does she still have ties with Chibs and Tick? No, I think it's just a nice cameo. Honestly, I don't think she has anything to do with that group at all. The Sons. All right, just hope Bottles and Nestor get patched in at the end. Who cares? Who cares at this point?
There's not gonna be no patching because there's gonna be no more club.
Oh, we gotta say too. So they even modeled. What if Bottles is a cop? I don't think Bottles is a cop, but his buddy's dead. His drug dealer, his guy who was making the meth, he's gone.
The drugs.
He's dead. Yeah. It was very quick and you'll miss it, but his body was laying on the ground, I think.
Yeah.
So Bottles' companion is gone, man. Easy and Bottles are rats all along. People really think Bottles is a cop. Maybe. I don't know. Potter could actually fail and go to jail. His emotions will have him make a mistake and he'll go to jail and won't die, but jail. He was very emotional. Potter does seem like he's slipping a little bit, so maybe. Taza and Easy long-lasted lovers were rats together, setting up gay happy ending. Jax, calm down. They had time to grow up. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. I think that's it. What if Kurt comes back and it ends with a POV of the hospital? We zoom out and it was all dream. This dream stuff. If they do an Abel and Thomas or even a first nine, I do hope that Hulu, Disney, they bring back Kurt Sutter. I think that I really do still believe that the Mayans. I agree with Kurt Sutter's decision in bringing another showrunner because that's not his kind of culture that he was trying to establish. And I think he could have focused on a little bit more other things than. But if you saw the behind the scenes of like season 1, especially season 1, even though he wasn't a showrunner, man, he was just like really in the business of like he was really taking over when he shouldn't have. He should have just stepped back. But I think he made the mistake of getting Elton James to showrun. Elton James just did not do a good job. I think Elton James has good ideas, probably writing wise. He could have been like maybe a writer on the show, pitch some ideas, but that was Kurt's mistake was hiring him as a showrunner.
Didn't Kurt and Disney are into like a fight, and I don't think a relationship between those two will ever happen again.
Exactly. I really hope. That's what I'm hoping because Disney has brought back people. Disney's brought the biggest one is James Gunn and that whole fiasco that was happening. There is a possibility of like they want something to work. Money will talk.
Correct, but I think
Uh,
the biggest thing is that Disney wanted to like soften the TV show, and Kurt says it's my way or no way. That's where the fight is, because now Disney, it's a family channel. They didn't want to go by. I mean, Mayan this year was like went off like the killing part and everything. So I don't know if that could be taken back and they can say, okay, we're hiring you back and you can do whatever you want. You have full like control.
it was more of the behind the scenes drama. There was a lot of behind the scenes drama with Kurt and the crew, and another part was like him wanting to do it his way, or creative control.
Yes.
Um, but a lot of behind the scenes stuff for sure. Let's see what else we have. First Nine should be a one season run with backstory of each original member's backstory. Yeah, I think a First Nine would be work. I think it'd work. What happened to Easy's photo memory? It's gone.
It's gone.
Kurt, I did say he was gonna hand over to Eldon in season 3, and he was gonna go work on First Nine. Odds are Kurt was gonna say Mayans has to end this way. I don't care how, but it has to end this way. Maybe Elgin has a little bit of what Kurt ending was. I'm sure they discussed it. I mean, they've had to. There has to be a point A, B, and then ending that C. So maybe. Um. So yeah, I mean, Sandra, Mayans, we're here. Next week or this week, we're done. It's over.
It's over. It is the end of the end.
I don't know if there's going to be any more. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but it has been a good ride, a good run for at least being here and talking to everybody. I'm sure we'll be doing more podcasts. I will get on Snowfall after I'm done with what we do in the shadows. Because I hear Snowfall's pretty good. And yeah, Mayans MC, it is what it is. The finale will be what it is, and we're just gonna have to live with it. But guess what, guys? We will always have Sons of Anarchy to go rewatch. So I'm gonna say I recommend for all you guys. I know it's not too much of a kind of the same kind of flavor, bikes and killings and all that stuff, but you guys should go watch The Bear. I binged it 2 nights. If you really want to know why I'm bitching so much about the writing on Mayans, go watch The Bear, and you'll see why I think that there's always potential for just a little show about a chef trying to open a restaurant and it being absolutely dramatic, fantastic, character arcs, no fat, really trimmed down. Like Hulu has what it takes to produce. There's a reason why there's a lot of Mayans is not really nominated, and all these other shows are like award nominated and stuff. There's actually a reason. And also, I'm going to recommend too What We Do in the Shadows. If you like more comedy, if you like the movie, I have been watching that. I'm on season 3, almost on season 4, and it has been a joy to watch. And then I go to Mayans. It had potential, guys. I loved the idea of Mayans. I loved what it could have been, but sadly, it never was. So, but I will be here for the final episode with the love, with the hate, whatever. I will be here. Sandra will be here. We will be discussing everything on hopefully the 2-hour episode. Hopefully we get Chibs and Tig in to end easy, or Marcus end easy. As long as Marcus survives, I would be a happy man. But then again, even if he does survive, do you bring Marcus back in future, an Abel and Thomas thing or something? Maybe for a cameo. This will probably be the last time we see Marcus in a full role, Sandra. This will be it.
I know.
This will be it. This will be probably the last time you see a lot of these characters in a full role. Angel, Gilly, Bishop, uh, Nestor. This is it. And then after that, you're only going to get cameos if they even do a sequel series to Sons. That's it. But thank you guys. Thank you, Sandra, for being here all this time. We are one episode away this week. I will see you this week. We will do a podcast. I want you guys all to bring your questions, your just overall your energy, and just I just want you guys to we'll be all together discussing the finale of Mayans MC. Thank you guys. Thank you, Sandra. We
Thank
are
you.
out of here. Bye bye, guys.